going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MLB 15 The Show Diamond Dynasty gameplay video. It's time for another edition of This Week in Major League Baseball. It's our weekly series here on YouTube, where we talk about everything going on in Major League Baseball over a Diamond Dynasty gameplay. Now, real quick, guys, yesterday I dropped a pack opening video. If you missed it, I'm going to link it to this video, so there should be a letter I with a circle in it up towards the top right-hand part of your screen. I pulled 2 Diamond Miguel Cabrera cards in one pack opening. Pulled them like 2 or 3 packs apart, too. It was pretty insane. Live reaction recorded and everything, so if you missed it, go check it out. If you're subscribed to the channel because of that video, well, welcome to the channel, and shout out to all my guys who have been here for a while. Thanks for tuning in once again. So let's jump on into things. A lot of runs being scored the last 2 days. A lot of lopsided scores. I just wanted to talk about those. The Cubs last night beat the Indians 17-0. Also, the Oakland A's, who've been playing a little better lately, beat the Padres 16-2. The night before that, the Nationals beat the Rays 16-4, and the Orioles beat the Phillies 19-3. Just thought I'd point those things out. Some pretty lopsided, high scoring for one team, not so much for the other team scores. But you know what, man? One thing I wanted to talk about this week is I didn't have a ton of topics to talk about. I could go on another rant about the All-Star voting, but I'm going to leave that alone for all you Royal fans. I apologize. But, you know, it seems like, and I'll be honest, I haven't been into baseball my whole life as much as I am now at this point in my life, but it seems like, as far as I can remember, this year just seems like the year of the call-up. I can't remember a time where there were so many young guys getting called up in the majors, guys who, you know, were supposed to be phenoms, and then kind of contributing right away. And I mean, it happened again last night, and it's happened for the Cubs with a couple players this year. But last night, Kyle Schwarber, and I'm probably butchering his name, comes in, gets called up, and goes 4 for 5, triple on his first at-bat, has 2 runs batted in for the game. And I could go on and on. I'm just going to go down the list. Byron Buxton from the Twins. I believe he also tripled in his first career game. I don't know if it was his first at-bat. Obviously, Kris Bryant for the Cubs, just going crazy this year as well. He hit a grand slam last night. We mentioned that lopsided win over the Indians. Not only did Schwarber go 4 for 5, but Kris Bryant had a grand slam yesterday. So far this year, 8 home runs, 39 runs batted in. He's having a fantastic rookie season. Carlos Correa from the Houston Astros. I heard about this kid. I've been watching him the last 4 days because the Astros have had a 4-game series with the Colorado Rockies. And this kid is unbelievably impressive, man. I think he is going to be a star in this league. The Astros, just all in all, have a ton of really good young players. But this Correa kid, as soon as I saw him step up to the plate, I mean, he has a big frame, big guy, and he's very athletic on defense. Robbed us of a couple hits, diving plays at shortstop. Home runs, his batting runs in, he can steal bases. This kid can do it all, man. I think he's going to be extremely good in this league. Obviously, I'm only judging this off a couple weeks of him playing, but so far, he's got 3 home runs, 7 runs batted in, I think, in under 10 games or right around 10 games. So he's another guy, got called up. Can't talk about all these people without mentioning Joey Gallo. He obviously hits a home run in his first 2 major league games. So far, he has 5 home runs on the season, 10 runs batted in. I believe he hit another one last night as well. Hector Rodon, I always want to call him Rondon. Or is it Carlos? I think it's Carlos Rodon from the Chicago White Sox, a fantastic pitcher I mentioned yesterday. I think I pulled his card in that pack opening. He got destroyed by the Pirates this week, but he's been, you know, another young guy who gets called up and has a productive season. And then Cal Franco, another guy that I mentioned in yesterday's pack opening video for the Phillies. He gets called up so far this year, 7 home runs, 18 runs batted in. He had a fantastic week last week, and just one of the better players over the last 10 days or so, stats-wise, and he got an increase. Again, I didn't do a risers and fallers video this week, but he was a guy that went from like 60s to 70s and could possibly keep climbing. Obviously, Jock Peterson having a great year. He did not get called up as far as I can remember. I believe he started the season on the roster, same as Addison Russell, but just a lot of young guys, and I think it's very exciting for baseball. I enjoy it a lot as well. Even though these guys aren't playing on my favorite team, the Rockies have a pitcher by the name of John Gray, who I believe was the 3rd overall pick a few years ago, and he's pitching pretty well in the minor leagues. I'm hoping that he gets that same chance to get called up and prove what he can do, because I think he's going to be a pretty good pitcher. But it's very exciting for me, just as a fan of baseball, to see all these young guys getting called up. And if I'm leaving anybody out, let me know in the comments section. I'm sure I am, but those are the guys that just kind of off the top of my head I came up with. So real quick, before we wrap up this video, another thing, with the risers and fallers videos, a lot of times, or a lot of you guys have asked me in the comment section to try to do a video over the weekend maybe, talking about who probably or possibly could get an upgrade. I'm probably not going to have time to do that, to be honest with you, but I was thinking, at the end of these This Week in Baseball videos, if I still have time, I'll go ahead and mention some. So, obviously, I've been watching a lot of Rockies and Astros. I bought a couple Carlos Correa cards just because I think he's possibly going to end up being a gold player if he continues to do what he's doing. But George Springer, I got to mention him. He's an 81 overall right now. Go grab up one of his cards. You can get it for like 500 stubs. He's hitting the ball very well, not only against the Rockies in this week, but just in the month of June. If you look at his stats from April to May to June, he's been improving every month, and he's off to a great start in June. Cargo, 3 home runs in the last 3 days. He dropped down from what he started at earlier this year, but I got a feeling he'll end up getting a boost. Todd Frzier, can't leave him out. Player of the week a couple weeks ago. He's playing absolutely phenomenal. Jorge De La Rosa from the Rockies is one you might want to check for. Chris Bryant, obviously. And then another young pitcher from the Oakland A's, Kendall Graveman. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace.